What is up, people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers. That's right. It's another podcast coming at you from all this action in the Premier League. It's been a long week. It's always a long week this time of the year in the Premier League. Lots of games coming at you fast. And you guys have played against each other. You've also had time to play again after that. I've had a good game versus Sunderland, and we got a tough game versus Brentford tomorrow. So lots and lots of stuff to go through on that front. Of course, Choo Choo Blood, Thomas the Frank engine has derailed completely now. My homie didn't get his haircut, unfortunately. And so it's all happening. Sean Dyche under lots of pressure. Spurs pulled down into the relegation battle. Crystal Palace beaten by Burnley today on the same points as Spurs. So it's absolutely all happening. So before we get into it, let's go ahead and smash up those likes. It really does help the channel out. Hype it up if you got any of those points left. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It would be an honor, a pleasure to welcome you to the community. And we want to know what you're thinking down in that comments section below. And as ever, we got Asif and my man Nez in the building. How we doing, gents?
It's all bad.
Hey, man, it's Wednesday, I think. It's Wednesday, man. It's Wednesday. Big up hump day. If they had a camel to play in the background, we'd play a camel in the back.
Yeah, a little camel video. Absolutely. Yeah, man. I gotta say, I'm feeling good as well. Absolutely excited about the game tomorrow, feeling confident about that, but so we're just kind of approach this pod a little differently. Instead of doing lots of review of each game specifically, I'm gonna ask you guys some questions and we'll go from there. We'll let the conversation flow. So first up, obviously the best place to start is the title race, and we'll look at it from a Man City perspective. Has anything changed in your expectations, Nez, after we've seen the comeback at Anfield and you've actually put a 90-minute performance together today? Has anything changed in the way you're looking at the team?
Did they put a 90-minute performance together today? I didn't feel like that's what that was. But okay.
It was professional in the second half. You didn't give up goals.
Well, that's because Fulham wasn't good. I mean, we got it. I'm sorry, man. I guess I have and I'm not saying you don't have a standard, but I have a standard, and that second half was sloppy, man. And they literally turned off in the second half. They were in cruise control, which, I guess because Fulham wasn't good, it's all right that happened, but it's not all right because, I mean, you got to go for blood. There will be blood, right? You just got to take them off. It was nice to see Oscar Bob come on second half, even though he almost scored at the end of the game. But overall, well, if we're going to go, I'm going to go backwards to the front because then it gives us Steve the opportunity to sort of segue in as well. Today, I mean, I think Holland, had like a knock, so that pulled him off. But his first open play goal in a while, right? And in the league, and Semenyo has been worth what he's been, even though when he plays through the middle, it's like But overall, Gahey has been really important. I made the comment last week about Diaz. Once he's back, he's back. Nunez was screwing up today, which is why I'm very happy to see Kusanov come on and play on the right side.
That was interesting.
Well, that's the substitution. But then, and the commentators made a comment about this. Stones is back. This is like, I think they said he's had 4 training sessions. Just know Stones will be back in the team. And, I mean, the commentator said it, which I kind of agree with. But I don't expect to see John Stones to play center half. He's going to do the holding or, the inversion thing. But Stones will be on there probably supporting. This is where I think Pep will be fine with Bernardo not starting a game because Stones can control games like that. Big, strong, physical guy. Other than that, I mean, yeah, okay, it was a win. It wasn't the second half wasn't terrible like the other second halves, but better. 3 points back, and who knows what happens going forward. But FA Cup on the weekend. Going back to the Liverpool game, I was watching it. It was crazy. that first of all, the free kick was stupid, absolutely insanely stupid. It made him love the free kick. Yes, he probably should have had a wall of more than 2, but even then, the guy he's money from there, man. So super dirty, nasty free kick.
I mean, that's Beckham versus Greece distance. Like, that's out there. He was out there in space, bro.
Dude, and as a keeper, but I get what I mean. People like, well, he should have had 3, but as a keeper, you're like, I can get to whatever he does out there. Not if it does that. There's nothing you can do about that.
But he did the same against Arsenal, if you remember.
Nah, those kicks were different.
Those was further away. This was way harder.
And the like the knuckle he put on it, that's some Roberto Carlos, man. That was, you know what I mean?
The thing is that if where it knuckled mattered, because if it went where it was and it knuckled a little bit, Gigi gets to it.
Yeah.
But the way it cut so hard that dude, like, he's just stuck. He's like, I can't do nothing with that, because even if he jumped, he was like, what I'm diving for? Like,
yeah,
I get it.
Absolutely.
So there's
what's
that.
Up, I said, what's up, Kieran? He was on TV. I guess he was at I think he was at the Tottenham game for Newcastle. He's a Newcastle fan.
How about I see a Newcastle shirt? Yeah. Okay,
Newcastle Tottenham game.
That's awesome. Hey, man, you gotta clip it and send it so we can see it.
Run us the clip. Run us that clip, Kieran.
Yeah,
go on.
I can't remember who the first was. Bernardo. Did Bernardo score the first goal for City in the Liverpool game?
In the Liverpool game, yeah.
He was, which was a fantastic read by him. Absolutely fantastic read. The team changed once Cherky came in. Great read. Give Holland lots of credit for that. And that's because he wants to try to pass more now. Was the second one a penalty? Was the second one a penalty?
The second was a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, but it was funny. That's why I sent you that referee thing, because I get it. Like, the way he went out at him, I was like, okay. Like, I mean, because I wasn't crying over that. It was whatever, right? And then
I remember one at St. James's Park. I'm just saying, just one at St. James's Park that was exactly the same. Nobody's getting that ball ever.
Because
nobody's getting that ball ever.
But but the funny thing, somebody was like, well, it wasn't a good shot. It doesn't matter if it was a good shot. He was shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it went at the goal, so we can't use the quality of the shot to determine whether it's penalty or not.
The touch to the side.
Oh, no, he was shooting, man. He was shooting.
Okay.
That was on. Who was there? He was shooting near post. That was a shot. So Holland really needed that goal. For sure needed that goal, because there was a clip of like his dad sort of shedding tears, because apparently there's something going on in the background. Again, Holland got hurt today, so there's probably stuff going on in the background. And the third goal, not third goal, I totally understand why it was disallowed, but it was absolutely crazy altogether. I'm happy to take the 3 points. I never quit on the game. I did not. I was out. The supporters club was full, and everybody was just like dead. And I'm like, nah, because it literally you could see when Liverpool scored that goal, they didn't look dead inside like the other games where they were looking dead, because this one mattered for the reason that it was at Anfield, and it was like, hey man, if we lose this one, it's over. Like, it's over. And so I think
Ronaldo even said it.
But I think that was enough for the drive. I mean, it's still lots of games to go. Not lots and lots, but still lots of games to go. But I think that doing the double at Anfield, which no City fan was ever going to expect, that not at Anfield, doing the double over Liverpool in a year was not anything we expected. We don't expect to beat them twice.
It's only been 90 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so, much respect. Liverpool played a tough game, and that's that. I don't think City was great, but they finally showed a second half, or at least some fight in that one.
Lots to unpack there, but go ahead, Asif. Let's hear your thoughts.
Slot again. Once we went ahead, negative tactics.
Immediately.
Sat back, and that's what. If we didn't sit back, we should have. Me personally, we should have hit them on the counter. They would have come on and attack us. We should have played as normal, push up the pitch. When they try to attack us, hit them on the counter. Simple, but I don't know why they played back. They were playing that way. Negative tactics. As you
It was
mentioned,
like
sometimes
the
about
80th minute, the free kick too. It was like the 77th or something. There was still a long way to go.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I thought negative tactics. When you talk about Arteta and with him doing something similar, I did not expect the same from Slot. I thought I would have, as Man United did on great effect against them, hit him on the counter. Best way to do it. But that's just me. He was what he was. They had Man City deserved the win, I think, after that. But like I say, we needed more. Like I was telling you in the when you were streaming the game, they should have put Curtis Jones in there, a bit more muscle in there. We were getting overrun in midfield.
Hey, he came in and did a job versus Sunderland today.
Exactly. Yeah.
Case in point.
And that's my thoughts on the game. City deserved it. I'm not gonna say no. The pushback when for the 2-1, the red card for Szoboszlai, I think they should just give him the goal instead.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says that. It was a waste of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let me ask a specific question about that. Do we think that this whole idea of in the spirit of the game should be something that referees should be able to go by? Because the deeper question for the review panel at the end of the season is what rules supersede other rules? Because if you ask me, the advantage rule should supersede everything else in this situation, because the advantage is the goal. The goal, the whole point of the game is to put the ball in the net. And so that is the biggest advantage possible, yes? And so when the ball goes in the net, because Szoboszlai pulled Haaland and Haaland also pulled, can't we just be like, all right, look, 50-50, 6 in one, half dozen in the other, and in the spirit of the game, because their actual advantage is the goal.
Well, the funny
and
thing
then
is
Szoboszlai doesn't get sent off, and then it's not like a whole thing.
But I don't think any City fan was even wanting him to get sent off. Nobody was looking for a red card in that, because
I think Haaland even said it after the game as well.
Yeah, well, I think they're friends though, so I think there's that too. But the thing that I thought, because then what happened is, and I know Steve, you didn't do this, but then there were some Liverpool fans out there. I like to look at everything. So there's like, well, what about the shirt pull on Gahey? First of all, that was outside of the box. It was clear. They replayed it. Everybody saw it was outside the box. Why is that not a red card? Because Diaz was behind him. I'm like, what are we talking about? These are not even close to the same things. So it was.
There is a seat. Arun in the building.
Arun is back. We'll talk about Man United. We'll talk about Man United. Don't worry.
Now, what does this say? Is huge even? I don't understand.
Well, he's talking, is even huge. Then
he's talking about the bounce back because
of the fact today we beat Sunderland, and I think that's huge. For our European hopes. So in context, yes, because City are still maybe 3 to 6 points ahead, depending on what my Arsenal do tomorrow. So, yeah, I think in context, I think Liverpool's win was more important than City's win today.
Yeah, so they can pass Man United, because nobody want to see them in Europe.
Yes, that's
the stuff I'm seeing from United fans.
I told you, you can run it back. If you had the clip, you can run it back.
Hey, you did say something about the streak, and he ended his streak versus Spurs. He washed his drawers.
Hey, man. No Dookie stain today, man.
Yeah, so...
going back to Liverpool's win today, I thought we were excellent defensively. I think we did a job. And that's a long time I haven't said that. Birds, again, I think playing a huge role. I think solid performance from him. And Van Dijk coming up when we needed him most. So, yeah, it's first defeat for Sunderland at home. So I was not expecting that as well. I think
Nor was I.
Jake, I thought I would be happy with a draw. So a win's just a plus for me today. So great, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was both of I did the watch along for actually all three of the games that we're speaking on at the moment. And it's very interesting that both teams seem to me, I mean, yeah, Liverpool were up against it in the first half versus City. And then they had their spell of the game, you know. And I think that's kind of common with Liverpool. You can see where and especially at Anfield sometimes, you'll see where they'll just kind of be drifting through the game and then something will happen, or maybe halftime gives them the good break and then they find that spell, you know. But as far as the mentality is concerned for both teams, like City also kind of responded with a good mentality to that from Liverpool. And, you know,
with City though, as you mentioned last week, they have a spell where they'll blow teams away. And that's what they did with Fulham today. 3 goals, bang, done. And then if you can weather that storm, you've got a better chance of winning. That's one. They always, I think, recently they've been City's games have been 2 half games. One where they're on top and they're scoring, and then another one where they're not as good. And that's just me personally from what I've seen from City. And yeah, Liverpool as well will have our spells where we're on the back foot, and then. But yeah, I think it's more common in City at the moment than it is with Liverpool. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nez, but yeah.
I mean, but City has been the statistic is there. City is good in the first half. We're fine in the first half. It's the second half where the issues exist. And the funny thing is that City hadn't scored a goal in the second half at all in this calendar year until the Liverpool game, and then they scored 2. And so, I mean, they had to do that, right? And okay, so they stepped up, but there's still something's not connected, man. Like you can see there's a disjointed, man. And so, you know, one game at a time. That's all I can do. That's why I'll leave me.
Yeah. Charles is an Arsenal fan, so he's saying it's going to be the opposite of it. First half's going to be edgy, and then the second, you know, Brentford crowd control is also important. Yeah, I would imagine. I'm not necessarily familiar. Asif, have you been down to the Brentford Stadium? I've never been there, obviously. What's up, Texas?
Down in Brentford, yeah. So the atmosphere will be a very hostile atmosphere for Arsenal. Just put it that way. Yeah, some of them. I would have see some of the Arsenal supporters. They'll probably have the police escort going there as well.
Nice. Yeah. Arun says some teams are good in the first, some are good in the second, but Spurs, that's what we think of them in both. Oh, well, you love to hear it. You absolutely love to hear it. Thomas Frank, silver member of Arsenal. He loves to hear it as well. Anyway, one thing, that's why I asked you, Lewis, is you know, has it changed your expectations? And if we put the mentality to the side a second, what I've seen as far as tactically from Pep, is in the press, Semenyo has been very narrow. You were very narrow today at times. But also, it's been your press that has stifled Liverpool in the first half. And then you guys caused chaos after Liverpool sat back and really put it on them and were able to get it over the line. And then in that first half, Fulham could not get out today. Just could not get out. They were giving it away. Bert Leno tried to give you a goal. Like they were just time and time again, high turnovers, and you had chance after chance after chance after chance. And eventually, when you give space to that much space over and over again to City, they're going to get one right. And they got 3 right this time. But I'm just saying the press has impressed me in the last 2 games.
Yeah, but then I mean, and if I'm just being critical for the sense of just looking for.
Can I just
go ahead?
Go ahead. Just looking at the comment, next 5 for Liverpool are all winnable. I could say the same for the next 2 for Man United with Everton and.
Who Liverpool play next? Now I gotta look.
Now we gotta look.
I don't know. Who we play.
Brighton. I think we've got City have a good schedule too.
On paper, yeah. On paper, because Nottingham Forest away, relegation.
But my man said that Spurs is trash, and you play Spurs in the 6th game. Like, why? What you mean?
Well, he said they're winnable. That's what he said.
Spurs,
But that's the 6th game. We said next 5.
They have a new manager by then.
He said next 5.
Maybe Ryan Mason. Maybe Harry Redknapp. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. You have a manager bounce. We might get it on the wrong end. So
Nah, Spurs aren't going to have a manager bounce. It'll be like a dead cat.
And who's the Texas person? I don't know who that is.
Texas is in here all the time. He's an Arsenal fan. Every time on his hands down, but he's lurking in this chat. Hey, choo blood. Let us know if you're here. Absolutely, man.
No, I think with Thomas Frank, his results matter as he's
for a while it didn't seem like they did, but yeah, we'll definitely.
Yeah, but with a team of their quality, you shouldn't be in their league position there.
Yeah,
who's quality?
Nobody's quality.
I say quality as in their quality compared to their league position.
What quality?
If you look at it
now,
dig in on this.
If this is neutral, if you try to be neutral, yes, they are better than say Everton, West Ham.
No.
Are they?
They might be better than West Ham, maybe.
Yes.
Are they?
Yes, on paper, yes.
Steve, also you have to think that they have like 17 injuries. That's not an exaggeration. They have crazy amount of injuries. So they are playing with Archie Gray at left back. And they just got another injury yesterday. I think Odebear might have gotten a really bad injury as well yesterday.
Exactly.
It's not looking great.
So on paper, they don't look good.
No, I mean, as in the team, the actual squad, and compared to their league position.
I mean, if everybody hurt, the paper says injury. So I'm going to go with no. It's got the little, what's the sign for the injuries? The little red cross? It got the little red cross.
Even
don't mean English.
They're down in the reserves. Like you have to scroll all the way down to read it, you know.
Got a left leg ACLT or what?
Odebear did.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough over there at Spurs. Dark times, and
but they can have a Beyonce concert over there, and the NFL will be there next year.
Just imagine Queens Park Rangers playing at 3-point lane.
Like I'm gonna show this lineup for Spurs yesterday. So I'll put in my point. So Solanke, Simmons. You've got Bissouma, Sarr, Gallagher. You've got a decent team there. They're not on paper. On paper, that's a decent team.
Against Newcastle yesterday. Hold on.
Against Newcastle, and they lost.
Exactly. This is what, and it was at home as well. So this is what I'm saying. With when you say on paper, they should be higher than they are now.
I mean,
maybe.
On paper, City shouldn't be losing games or drawing to people, but we be losing games and drawing to people. So
but you're still only 6 points behind Arsenal, which is reachable.
I mean,
hey, this right here is the goal. This is what we want right here. Arsenal win the league, and Tottenham are relegated.
Ain't a room a Man United fan?
He is. But since we're here, let's
talk about Man United.
Let's talk about Amorim. And what if that's what you're talking about there, Arun, about what he's done to your club. Yeah. The league is tough, guys. Not easy. Well, he's talking about 3 of the managers at the Big Six getting sacked.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Because last week or the week before, my man was talking about money being spent. And that was tough. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. I got a good memory. No. I don't want to hear it. We talking about some net span and all that stuff, and you spent no. We not doing that. No, sir.
I don't know, man. Is the bubble stadium really that tough?
No, I think when I watched them yesterday, it's always been a bogey team historically wise for Man United. West Ham have always been a bogey team for them.
You know who was the manager, right? My man from Ted Lasso.
And Seth that was an excellent finish, and I can't. That was one of the I can't. I don't.
It's a hell of a goal.
I'm not a fan of Man United, but that was a great goal.
Hell of a goal from Chesko.
And I think they'll be doing well under Carrick. injuries depending, because let's put it this way: the squad is, if they get a couple of injuries, they're looking a bit thin as well on the ground. But because they're not in Europe, it's a plus.
They don't play for 12 days. They have 11 days before their next game, Man U.
Which means them
that's a lot of prep time.
Which means them not being on Europe means them on paper should be very good on paper, and the money on paper. I ain't trying to hit a league.
They'll spend
I'm trying to hit
a
it.
lot of money. Yes, I agree with that. They spend a lot of money.
You ain't gonna come at me with money and then try to be like the league tough. I ain't nobody trying to hit it.
Hey, man, Jared Bowen's a superstar, yeah?
Jared Bowen, Souček as well in the air.
Thomas Souček, yeah.
He's an absolute beast in the air. He can't, yeah.
Yeah, Mats Hermansen in the goal back there. I mean, what a stalwart.
Well, yeah, they could have easily stolen that game if he was.
Yeah, West Ham should have won for sure.
Yeah.
You know, Asensio Somerville was actually on a 5-game goal scoring streak and was unable to score there at the end. He should have won it.
It's one of them games. But what happened to all the money? Y'all talking about the money? I ain't trying to hear none of that.
Yeah, Arun, I'm not allowed to use this. We're not allowed to use this excuse.
No, I ain't trying to hear none of this.
What happens? Oh, your team wins 4 games, and all of a sudden, one team sits 20 yards deeper on you, and now it's it's haram ball now. It's back to what Cameron was doing.
What happened to the greatest holding midfielder and the greatest 10 in the world? What we talking about right now? Don't do that. No. Don't do that. Because chest was puffed out like a pigeon last time. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that stuff. Nobody trying to hear none of that. You got to cool, but do all the cooling that you was doing before. Nobody trying to hear that. You got to own that. You talking crazy before. No.
Arun, I think you should. I think we should try the challenge. You know, with that United strand, we're not getting his haircut.
Yeah.
How about that?
We'll host you on the show, man.
You can send us a pic every week.
Yeah.
Hey, man. All I know was I ain't trying to hear nothing, because I said this weeks ago when United won. I said the fans going to be unbearable. And they were unbearable. Because you saw the thing I sent you where they found every permutation for United to win every game going forward, and Arsenal to all of a sudden capitulate so United win.
Arun's not a fan. He's talking about the hair guy.
Yes, he is stupid. But that's that, because they are a fanatic, not a supporter. We gotta separate that though. It's fanatics are the crazy people. Supporters are. I'm gonna give Arun credit. I'm giving him hell right now, but I'm gonna give Arun credit. You know, he comes with stuff, and I respect it, but I just gotta give him back what he gave, man. You gotta be able to take that. You gotta be able to take it.
Here's the thing, you know, about new manager bounces. You know, what goes up must come down, and what it technically is that they had 4 games to see what Carrick was trying to do, and Nuno is a good coach. Marinakis is, for me, insane to have done what he did at Forest, and then to sack him right there like he did. It was craziness, you know, and give him time and time to work out stuff. And Nuno usually does well. And so I think West Ham might be able to escape. And so I think they worked out what United did and just sat off a lot more and didn't give as much space as Arsenal and City, who tried to attack United, did. They got their point.
But the greatest 10 in the world should unlock those things, because he's the greatest, and the greatest holding midfielder shouldn't allow anybody to get past.
Nez, the league is tough.
When it comes to West Ham, they're actually playing better in the last couple of games. So
I agree with this though for Arun.
Yeah, that's realistic.
That United after a 15th place finish would be in 4th.
I've seen stuff.
Yeah, I give him credit. Yeah, I'm gonna give him credit.
Where United supporters are actually talking about winning the league. Well, if we win so many games, statistically, we could actually win the league if we win the next 13 or something stupid. Yeah, something like that. Then
statistically, Wolves can survive.
Same logic in the permutations. I don't ever play the lottery, but if I started playing the lottery with the same frequency, I should be a millionaire using that same exact logic. What are you talking about?
Exactly. And then there's supporters who are, like you mentioned, who are fanatics.
They're crazy, man.
Fanatics who actually think, yeah. I'm not saying it's against the law possibilities, but it's a very, very long shot.
What I'm curious about is who wants to be United's manager next, because clearly, first United was looking for something, and this right here is enough to not keep the caretaker manager. I mean, I don't think they were anyways, but I think this is enough to be like, oh, you didn't win us the league, glory, man, United, all that stuff, right? So they're gonna find some other, manager to take over the team, and so. You
should be happy with 4th or 5th.
For sure. I mean, hey, man, they can enjoy Conference League.
If United get Champions League, for me, that's a phenomenal achievement, especially with how long it normally takes them to fire somebody, i.e. Ten Hag, and then how long it took them to fire Amorim. And so
hard games coming up, though.
It would be impressive. Yeah, we all got some hard games coming up.
Newcastle
the league's tough, guys.
You think they'll make 4th?
I said I would be a phenomenal achievement, and I would be impressed by it.
That's not what I said. I'm asking now. Do you think they'll make 4th? But no, hold on. They have to make 5th because the Premier League is going to do 5, right?
That's Champions League race.
As long as every English team that is still in Europe doesn't go out in the round we're on, 5th. We need like one team to go through to the next round to lock in the 5th spot. It's like there. So, and that's in Conference League, Europa League, or Champions League. It's done.
So there's going to be 5. It's pretty much 5. I mean, can they make 5th? Because I mean, I'm looking here, right? So they're sitting on 45. Chelsea's on 44. Pool is on 42.
Liverpool resurgent, man. That's a big win today.
We've still got to play them as well, Ness.
Hey, Brentford are a strong side, man. These past games were just fun to watch and some happiness. What I crave and nothing else, to be very honest. Yeah, I hear that. I get that. And that's why we're here at the end of the day, though, right? Is to enjoy what we're seeing.
Then they might be the most sober United fan ever because, it's sort of connected to, the history FC is you're supposed to win because you're United, right?
Well, that's very true. Yeah. That's absolutely very true if you ask me. Well, speaking of managers that are, struggling, where's today's win leave Arne Slot?
He's probably bought himself some time. But I think we've been getting linked with Xavi Alonso a lot, and I think me personally, I'd get him in.
Do you think that
what we have and what we've done so far, it's not, that's just me.
So do you think that it's no matter what, Xavi's coming in the summer?
I think so. That sounds.
I think so. I think he should be coming in. That's my opinion on it. I think our style of football, etc. The way Slot's playing, I don't think. He didn't spend any money. He won the league, fine. But what he's done this season is not up to Liverpool standard. I think he should be at least 3rd, in my opinion, with that squad that we've got at the moment.
Well, you guys got injuries.
That's the minimum requirement. That's the minimum requirement.
Yeah, you do have some nasty injuries at the right back position because Szoboszlai was suspended today, so Enzo had to play. And Enzo, did you see that? That was bad, man. He got stretchered off. Like that looked really bad too. And so if that's long term as well, of course we're wishing him. You never want to see that. We're wishing him speedy recovery, all the best, of course. But like, luckily Joe Gomez was back. Who would you have even played? Like, you're running out of options.
That's why that like red card was over there next. But that's why the red card was dumb.
I agree.
It'd probably be again next.
Only hope is we make champs and other of us. So like Chelsea and Liverpool are fighting for Champions League or in Champions League, and they're in other competitions. Arun is talking about how he's got 11 days until his next game because they're only playing 40 games this season. That's what Arun's talking about, and how disgraceful that is. And so he's hoping that the Champions League is going to make Chelsea and Liverpool drop points in the race, and maybe they will indeed get fifth. Villa got a good win today, so Villa has Europa. I'm not necessarily thinking that Villa are going to fall way down the table like a lot of people are talking about. It's another good win versus Brighton. Points. Yeah, they just beat Brighton today, so.
They're on 50. I mean, they'd have to fall off a cliff, man.
Yeah, to not make champs. Yeah, I agree.
What?
Because United had a chance for the evening to go level with Villa. They spurned that, as Arun knows all too well. But yeah, I think that that race is going to be interesting. And Asif, do you think if Slot falls too far behind, that he could go before the end of the season? Who would you bring in as an interim if your plan is Xabi Alonso in the summer? Who is in the interim to get you?
Available now. If we could theoretically get him now.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Just go for it.
Go for it.
And so the next question becomes: do you think he plays his wing back 3-5-2 system that he played at Leverkusen, that he tried to play at Madrid, at Liverpool, and do you think Liverpool fans are going to be happy with that?
With that system, I think with the team that Real Madrid had, it didn't suit them. I think with us, we could possibly do that. And I think it would match. We've always been a team of work ethic and not just individual superstars like Real Madrid. So I think he could implement his ideas a lot more at Liverpool than he could at Real Madrid, because as you know, every Real Madrid person has basically manager has fallen to egos in that dressing room, and I don't think we have as much of that in the Liverpool dressing room. So I think we'd be more open to his ideas.
This would be awesome. This would be fantastic. I would love this, just for the narrative.
The thing is, I'm shocked. I mean, I know Trent burned bridges on the way out, but I would not be surprised if once Xabi Alonso comes in next year, because I'm assuming it's going to happen, that he doesn't bring Trent back. I think Trent fits that, and I think the Liverpool fans would be fine. I mean, because I think Xabi would be enough of the cushion where if they're like, this manager is like, hey, he made a mistake, he went to Madrid, we both were there, and it's like a pox on Madrid, because I feel confident Liverpool can't stand Madrid either, because I know Liverpool fans remember that final and how they broke off Salah's arm.
Doing a hack job.
Yeah, he broke off Salah's arm. So I'm pretty sure they'll be fine with the hate. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. I think, and there's been rumors that Trent once out. I could see him going back to Liverpool.
But I've been hearing Man City after him.
For who?
Trent.
That actually wouldn't be bad for City, I think.
He doesn't defend. We already can't defend. What are you talking about? We don't defend. What are you talking about? Did he defend at Liverpool? Asif, go ahead and say it. Did he? No. We need a defender.
I'm just saying. In the same way that Chelsea's second goal was amazing Leeds' second goal yesterday was incredible defense. You guys could really use a defender like Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Stop it. And then I just want you to just do the insane math, because Arun talking about City need a right back. Yes, that's true. But let's just go through it. So we already know Aït-Nouri is not a proper left back. He's a left winger or wing back, but he's not a defender. And so now you're going to put Trent on one side and Aït-Nouri on the other side, so we can just get 8 up on the wings. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
The thing about Frimpong, though, is that Xabi's already won an invincible title with him. And he's already won an invincible title with Wirtz. So, he's going to figure out how to use them.
And those people were in the Bundesliga. My man just came over here a couple of comments ago talk about the league hard. Hey, man, I'm reading and remembering. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I just
here. Go ahead, Asif.
No, he's just saying Frimpong is a defender. Well, I could say the same about Dorgu, but that's just
Hey, and when both were put on the wing, they were cooking.
Exactly.
Fair
at
enough.
least Frimpong has got a lot of speed and he's got a lot more.
Dude, Frimpong is so
Frimpong's
fast.
But yeah, I think he'd be a better wing back than anything that Man United have got at the moment. That's just myself.
There you go. Arun's already spotting it. He's already seeing it a mile out.
Trent's coming back. I wish there was a bet on that because I'll put money on that. Trent's coming back.
Bro. Big up Kalshi. You can definitely get a bet on literally anything.
On what? What is it called?
Kalshi. They're trying to take over the gambling market, and so they're allowing you to do what you do on DraftKings and what you do on FanDuel, but you can do it on whether or not Donald Trump is going to swear in his next interview.
Oh, I love props like that. Hey, they need to sponsor us because I'm about to go to the website.
Yeah.
www.whathesaid.com.
They're happy to take your money. Very happy to gamble responsibly, people. Seriously, gamble responsibly.
Yeah, and I'm like only putting like $1 on it, so I'm like,
do as we say, not as we do.
When I put my both teams to score in the Man City Liverpool game, if you did put anything on it, you would have won.
Nailed it.
Man, I call that. Anybody who would have rolled with that one, you
nailed it.
For it.
No, that's what we were just talking about, Arun. Nez was saying that because they can make it an us versus them thing against Real Madrid, and they can get Trent back into the good graces. After he scores some banger, next season, that the Liverpool fans will be all up and you never walk alone again. And
speaking about bangers, I know Savio's back in training, isn't he?
Ooh, yes, scoring those bangers.
Yes.
The Eno himself, Mr. Eno. That's Mr. Eno to you.
Hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about. What?
Oh,
I saw
goodness.
Phil Foden play today, and I saw John Stones on the bench, and Gahey was playing, and Kusanov is healthy. Those are the only people I'm seeing. What you talking about?
I think for next time, I'm going to have to print out a poster of he who shall not be named just to remind you.
Oh, I'm going to get a graphic. I'll just make a graphic, and we can just pop it up.
I got to hit the Expelliarmus on you all. Expelliarmus.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Absolutely. Well, if City have perhaps shown a little bit of fight back, a little bit of bounce back from adversity to bring the title race to 3 points as it sits where we are right now, I have to say I'm very, very confident in the way Arsenal are playing right now. Very, very confident in what we're doing. I'm very confident about tomorrow based on what we've seen. There is some very bad news. Kai Havertz, once again, muscle injury.
Are you serious?
So that's serious.
Yes. I have a question about Saka. Is he...
I heard he was out too. He's out too, right?
He's 50-50 at the moment.
I think he's supposed to be back for Spurs. That's what I heard a couple weeks ago, that he's supposed to be back for Spurs. And so we'll see. I don't expect to see him tomorrow. I'm not even sure if we're going to see Odegaard tomorrow. I listened to the press conference with Arteta today, but the reporters ask him the stupidest stuff. And so he gives them the stupidest answers. And so when they asked him about whether or not, Odegaard was ready to go, Trossard was ready to go, they asked if Odegaard, Trossard, Saka, and Max Dalman were good to go all in one question. And so he gave him Max Dalman is looking good. And they moved on. And so it's like,
well, you asked stupid questions.
It says they're all out. It says Trossard is out, Saka, Moreno, Dalman, and Odegaard.
Moreno broke his foot, so he's out for the season.
But yeah, like Arun says, maybe it's time for Eze to shine.
I'm thinking Eze is Arun, this ain't even cool, bro. That's not cool. But yeah, I think Eze is gonna probably be coming in if if Odegaard's fit, then I think he should play. But it's probably gonna be Eze tomorrow, which is fine. And see, that's where part of my confidence comes in, is like we haven't missed a beat. Odegaard has gone out, and we've upped the levels, in fact. And Saka's been out for 3 games now, and Madueke has come in and done his thing. He's not my favorite player, but he's working on it. He's getting better.
No, I don't think that's Arsenal's strong suit personally, but
especially right now, with if Eze's going to play and he's going to be the number 10 role, the center attacking mid role that Odegaard plays, he's not the guy that collects the second ball. He's not the guy that wins the knockdown off of Gyökeres. So we might even see Jesus and Eze, and it'll be a false 9 type, and we'll try to play through the lines a whole lot more. And instead of targeting Gyökeres like we do sometimes, and we're more willing to do when the press is on. And I think Brentford will press, because I watched Brentford's game versus Newcastle, and they were fantastic. That was an excellent advert for the Premier League. And I watched Brentford go down a man at Villa Park and win. And so this game is going to be very tough. But I don't think that Eze necessarily will battle for knockdowns like Havertz does, and now he's out. But I
would fancy Eze running at that defense.
Absolutely. That's why maybe Jesus will be in.
And that's why I think Eze would get the nod, just for that particular.
Who else is there?
No one.
So he's getting a nod by default, right?
If Odegaard's out, he gets it by default.
So Arun asked about two up front for Arsenal. You guys ever played two up front? I've never seen it.
I've
never seen two.
If you asked Arteta this question, because I remember someone asking him about his formations, he told the guy that we play 437 formations per game. Once again, stupid questions, stupid answers. Anyway, the point is, when we press, if you notice, when you watch teams against the ball, a whole lot of teams look like a line of four, and the center attacking mid next to the forward, and they're kind of even, and so it looks like a 4-4-2. When we press, we kind of are already in that 4-4-2, because when you defend, and I think the point of having a 2 up front that are, the good thing about it would be to win knockdowns that Gyökeres is battling for, and to have someone close to Gyökeres and be able to combine with him. Because if you got somebody close to Haaland, like Kevin De Bruyne used to, that relationship was absolute dynamite. If you get somebody close to Jean-Philippe Mateta and you win balls off of his knockdowns, if you get somebody close to Igor Thiago, like say a Matthias Jensen and Mikkel Damsgaard, like we're going to see tomorrow, you can win those knockdowns and have a lot of, success with winning the ball high up the pitch. And that's what Brentford try to do. And so that's what we're going to have to look out for.
I don't think it'll be a big scoring game, though, personally. Not with those defenses, and especially with Brentford at home. But could be wrong, but that's those teams, Arsenal and Brentford, like to grind it out. So,
well, that's definitely what we did against Sunderland. They were very good for about an hour. See if they gave you a good game today. And I thought that we really needed the goal. When we scored in the 41st minute or whatever, we really needed the goal because we were up against it. Sunderland did not park the bus in the super, super, super low block we expected. It was kind of that mid block, and they came to play. And I thought we did well making them hit it long, but they battled very, very, very well for the second balls. And in that first half, up until we scored, it was even. 100% even. They did very well. I have a lot of respect for that Sunderland team, and I thought they were gonna get a point out of you today.
Well against us today as well. So and to contain because we were playing well attacking wise. They kept it compact. I'm just reading this now. Arsenal can be 9 points ahead till City play next.
Yeah, the league is tough, says Arun. Absolutely. And what he's talking about here is because of the Carabao Cup final, we are playing our game that would be that weekend next week. And then because the Premier League scheduling is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life, Man City don't play their game that would be that week until like April 27th or something. So until after Arsenal go to the Etihad, you'll have a game in hand.
Yep.
Because we will have played, and it's Wolves. So it's at Molineux. So that should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You beat them 4-1 on the first day of the season there. You talk about Wolves.
No, I think y'all will win.
Oh, I thought you said, like we're not about to beat Wolves at Molineux.
No, I mean, it's like it's not a game. I don't see that as a game. Like that's
yeah,
not a game.
They're not doing very well, are they? So.
Hey, I mean, you play with champs game. We're trying. I guess that's what he's saying. But yeah, Wolves did for us today.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. But I think that after Zubin, and I want to shout out Trossard for that pass because 3 to 4 minutes before we scored the goal, there was the same opportunity, but it was Declan Rice, and Trossard overcooked the pass. But what he did notice was that Trey Hume, who was their winger out on that side, was getting very close in the double team. Very, very close when he double teamed him. And so the second time when Zubimendi made the same run that Rice had made 5 minutes prior, Trossard knew the pass he played was very different. The angle he played allowed Zubi to hit it first time, and that's why the goal scored. That's why I think that he was it, and it was a great shot from Zubimendi, of course. He says your game is with Champions League playoff games.
Oh, what? Like you guys are in the knockout. I don't understand.
Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe he's saying that your game in hand is like right close to a Champions League knockout game. And maybe I have the dates wrong, but I heard that today.
Yeah. They're gonna learn from me. Lose don't go further than one game ahead. So I have no idea what's that for. Yeah, I know we play the FA Cup next. That's all I know. I don't know.
Yeah, and somehow you got Salford. You had Exeter.
Ow.
And now you got, nice. Premier League showmakers want the script. Have you noticed after Ballon d'Or, Rodri lamented refs? They get the Liverpool decision today. Foden was lucky. Wind is in their favor. Yeah, we don't want to piss Nez off, but yeah, I noticed some favorable decisions over the past 2 games.
Well, hold on. Now I got to read this because now I hear crying and you in front. Them footsteps must be getting loud as hell. Because what are we crying about?
Oh man! I mean, I'm just saying there was some.
In addition to that, my man in here, Arun, who was a United fan, said you guys could possibly be 9 points in front, but my man crying about footsteps. We can't be serious about the footsteps right now. Are we really crying? Like everybody crying. You know what?
I mean, Rodri was crying, and so now the refs have responded.
Well, hold on now, because when Rodri cried, I called him out on that. I ain't agree with none of that, so we not going. But now let's not pretend like all of a sudden we getting calls and stuff. What are we talking about?
I mean, was Salah really outside the box?
Yes. What are we talking about? It was clear as day. They showed it on VAR 18,000 times.
It's clear as mud, yeah.
Hey, man, you know what? All I know is because people crying right now, when May comes and then there's some other tears, I don't gloat ever. You just know I'm not a gloater. But man, I'm gonna come back to these tears.
I-
Y'all know I got a memory. I'm gonna come back to these tears because we crying in February. It must be Valentine's Day and people are emotional.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? That they just extra emotional because what we crying
Must
about?
be.
And then we talking
Must
about
be.
draws and cups. Are we serious? Are we serious about draws and cups? Are we really?
Hey, Rodri said it, man. They hate us because they hate us.
And I told him I literally was here and said he was wrong. We'll play
What's the big game on Sunday? Do you play Spurs, I think?
So look.
Arsenal plays Wigan on the FA Cup. What game are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
Because Liverpool play on Saturday.
He's just trying to stir it up because he doesn't play.
Liverpool play Brighton.
Is that a big game?
I don't know. Villa Newcastle feels bigger than Villa Brighton. I mean, Poole and Brighton.
Maybe it's a joke. I don't know. Maybe he's joking.
Oxford
Sunderland might be. Hey, Grimsby. Big up Grimsby.
Yeah.
Wolves. They got a shot, bro. They're playing Wolves at home. I mean, if they can beat the mighty Manchester United at home, they got a shot versus Wolves.
Wait a minute, but y'all just talked about. Wait a minute.
Playing on Sunday.
Wait a minute, because y'all just talked about draws to me. You can't talk about draws and then talk about that one in the same sentence. How are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do that?
Oh,
so you gonna stack the minnows and you gonna complain about draws? Don't do that. Come on, man.
I agree with that, though. I agree with if Kusanov says something, nobody cares. Rodri is more in the limelight.
And maybe Charles didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure I was on here and I was opposed to what he did. So it wasn't like I was co-signing what he did. So I thought it was crying from him.
But I mean, City do seem to have like this delay in their sanctions. Leicester got found out and immediately took a 6-point deduction. 115 has been going on so maybe this Rodri sanction might come in like 6 years.
Well, I don't know what sanction you're talking about, but I'm gonna just put it like this.
He literally said the refs were not neutral.
That's what happens when you get.
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this because we acting like this is the first time that people complained about the referee publicly. So all right, I guess that what he's done has been sacrilegious to anybody else. And then we talking about the 115, which I mean, I really wish people would just, hey man, if it was something to worry about, it's something to worry about. But I'm gonna put it like this: the team that won 4 of the last 5 titles, and I think 6 of the last 7, or 6 of the last 8. You're somebody's lobbying for that team that brings millions to hundreds of millions of dollars into the league. You're saying that something they did when they were first purchased is worth getting rid of them now, even though they're literally a draw. Because the Liverpool Man City game drew how much? This is you're saying an organization that's money greedy is going to do something to get rid. Come on, man. Then you don't know anything about this.
He's saying that's exactly what he's saying. That's the point.
But I mean, so and then a year ago, 2 years ago, we went through the charges, and the charges were the grass is too long. Or you started the game 35 seconds late. Like, come on, man. The 115 ain't even real. Like, that number is fake. So it's all propaganda driven.
No. As you know, it's like throwing mud and then you're hoping something sticks, basically.
But the thing is, Jake, you're going to have to get them to go back to whatever episode and run it back. Because we actually went through the charges.
Yeah, we did.
Are there legit? They're probably like a legit 20 charges. I'm going to give the 20 real charges. But then a bunch of the charges are the same charges, just at a different
65 times, yeah.
Like, what are we talking about, man? Like, please stop that, man. And then so now all of a sudden, owners invested in their team. So the City is the first team to ever have a sketchy sponsorship in their team. This is what we saying in the history of the Premier. Stop it, man. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. Like, hey, you can be salty because a team that got investment started winning. But then we watched QPR have Saudi investment and they got relegated. And we watch a bunch of other teams who get foreign investment fail. So 1, money is not the answer. And 2, Teams break rules all the time. Proof being, bunches of teams is getting in trouble for stuff, but are the teams getting rung up on grass being a centimeter too long 35 times? Like, stop it, man. Like, come on. Like, what are we talking about? Right?
We know what Texas thinks about it. Also an Arsenal fan.
Well, but it's funny because the thing about it is that, and Jake, you can probably go to this, right? So, I mean, you're not fond of how the Cronkies have done things all together, but let's go with America, right? So we're going to talk about the Cronkies, right? And so now we know that the owner of that team has bought up a bunch of land in the United States, and they're going to do a bunch of stuff on that. And then we already are assuming, based on what it was purchased and where it was purchased, what it's for. So let's make sure that we understand that billionaires are awful, creepy, disgusting people. So just because you don't like my billionaire, don't pretend like your billionaire is noble. Don't do that. Like, don't do that, because that's fake. Like, don't do that. Either love the sports team and leave the politics part out, because if you're going to bring the politics, make sure you're ready to get the dirt on you too, because none of these dudes are clean. So don't do that. Don't do that at all.
I definitely agree that none of them are clean, but I think it's okay to call, even if the Cronkies are assholes, you can still call out the Glazers for being assholes,
sure.
And
so
you can.
I'm not saying like
for being assholes,
No, exactly. I don't have. Hey, man, it's dirty money everywhere. But the thing about it is that you don't see me calling out other owners, and since I don't do that, you're not going to catch me doing that. So, but the second you start bringing it up, make sure you're ready to get your owner called out, because somehow people like to do this and forget these three fingers are pointing back at them. Make sure you do that, because
you mentioned like unfair sanctions, etc. I tell you, the Chinese have actually taken it to another level. Have you noticed that they sanctioned like half of their teams in their league? And
I did hear something about that. Yeah.
They're all starting on minus. Half of them are starting on minus points because of the fact that they messed around with the rules, etc. So they sanctioned half of that league. And if people are going to start doing that, that's an example to follow.
So now,
I agree.
Here's the funny thing. So Man City is supported by a state, not a billionaire. I believe, which one of the people in the English royal family own part of a London team? Stop it! Like, stop it! Like, hey, this is me. I'm ready. So, because don't Prince William or one of them own a part of West Ham, if I'm not mistaken? One of them. It's one of them London teams owned by a part of the royal family. Stop it. So we're not counting that crown as a state. Stop. Like, hey, I'm not calling nobody out because I'm ready. Like, I'm ready, but I don't have no time for that because we focused on the sport, right? But if we want to go outside of politics, I can do that. But because we do sports here, I'm gonna stay with the sports.
I think we should definitely stay with the sports. Politics in all areas of the world are absolutely crazy these days. Abu Dhabi's invested 11% in LFC via different investment vehicle in Giant. This is a cow. Hey, fair enough.
And
of course, they're all in with each other as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like Newcastle got the Saudis. Now, Arun, you got the time because I always drink water. But yeah, this is weird. Newcastle got foreign investors that are from the Middle East. All of them clean. Stop. Just stop.
No way. Man. No way.
Like, can we please talk football? Like, why are we doing that? Like, okay, you salty that a team that shouldn't have won anything because they was the little brothers and the noisy neighbors are now, dominating. And we hate Pep because he ruined football because they play tiki-taka football. And we hate that, this, that, whatever. You can be salty about that, but let's not do the other stuff. Because then, a spade is a spade. There's no sport owner that's clean. If you are a billionaire, you dirty. Period.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. But I think that getting back to
sports,
the title race, and the kind of mentality, there's so much consistency. Yeah, here you go. There you go. And then we'll let it go. But yeah, I think that why I'm so the other day, I think I crossed the line, guys. I crossed the line, and I'm going to say it. Arsenal are going to win the league. I've crossed that line into belief into where, and the way that happens, and the way it happened was, the way I realized it was when City And go back and watch the watch along, the end of the Man City Liverpool watch along, right? I didn't really react. I didn't really freak out. I didn't really like, oh no, they've thrown it away. Oh my God. Normally, I would have. Normally, I do 3 weeks ago, but I realized then that I was like, we still got this. No problem. I was, I'm still. Well, you can talk about the cup draw City gets, but what about the fact that 150,000 million% they're playing Real Madrid in Champions League? That's happening.
The cup draw, we play them every year.
It's happening. No, it's happening. Mark my words.
Every year.
Arun, you timestamp this. Arun, you hit pause and timestamp this. Man City will play Real Madrid in the Champions League this season.
I have a question. Who are Man United playing in the FA?
Yeah, you should be more pissed off about your lack of a cup draw than City's cup draws, But I think one thing that I'm very excited about right now is the consistency.
But since it says the City, Liverpool,
bloodthirsty dictatorship with no respect for human rights.
A rivalry. It's not about rivalry. First of all, I don't think City and Liverpool. But I mean, I'm skipping the politics part. City Liverpool rivalry is because they play good football. Like, it's actually entertaining when City and Liverpool play each other because they don't sit back. It's open. We knew there's no, if City and Arsenal play, if we said it was a 0-0 draw, would you be surprised by that? Nobody would be surprised by that. I mean, we suck at defense, but if it was 0-0, nobody would be shocked. But if Liverpool and Man City played 0-0, everybody in the world would be shocked because 1,000 shots would have been taken.
Aaron, if you highlight the question, we won the FA Cup 2 years ago. When is the last time you won a Premier League?
Dang, he just taking shots everywhere.
Oh yeah, man.
I had to put that one in.
Unfortunately, Arun, you can't necessarily talk it about the cups this year, brother. Just not this year. Unfortunately, and I guess History FC, and I'll jump on that bandwagon. I love History FC. It's all back there. All of my trophies are way back there. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we're loading. We got this wheel right here. It's loading. So for at least one. I was on the Fire Them Cannons podcast the other day, the Arsenal Alliance, they're calling it. Go check those guys out. Anton and Cal are doing great stuff. Make sure you're subscribed over there as well. And they asked me how many trophies realistically did I think we were going to win. And I said the Carabao Cup and the league are realistic for me. And I think that one thing I've noticed in my watch-alongs, in my previews for Arsenal games, is I'm saying the same things because we're doing the same things really well over and over and over again. We're consistent in how we press, how we make teams hit it long. We're consistent in how we win second balls. And recently, in recent times, we have been playing quicker and not letting teams get set so much. So there's not as much back and forth. We have been scoring more goals. Before tonight, we gained 6 goals on Man City in the 2 games previous because we beat Leeds 4 and Sunderland 3. They drew and won by 1 goal. So we went up 6 goals on you. Obviously, you pulled back 3 of those today, but point being, we're clicking and we're doing all of the right things consistently. And at this point in the league, you have to say that's why.
With all due respect, Jake, I don't think you'll outscore Man City.
We don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But just if it ever got to that point, I don't think you'd be able to.
No, they have 2 more goals, 4 more. You have 5 more goals than us now.
Crystal Palace. Well, it's better than losing to Grimsby.
Hey, Arun asked the question that I asked you. I don't think he heard the answer. You got to answer his question, man. I've asked that question before, man.
What was it?
It's just the next to last one.
If you get a chance, like right now, you win the league or you win the Champions League, what am I taking? If it's one or the other, I want the Premier League. It's been far too long.
We had this one before, and I still think Jake is absolutely crazy for that. Still think he's crazy. Because one, they've never won a European title, but he wants the league. And I said, hey, man, as a City fan, as a City supporter, I'm going to say this. If my choice is, Arun, if you asking me, if I'm willing to let them win the league and get rid of their 20
That's not what he said. That's not what he asked. He asked if I could have the Prem or the Champions League. He didn't ask the question you're thinking of.
No, but I'm asking. So I'm going back because then the flip is if City concedes, we're not even gonna try anymore, and we're guaranteed to get the Champions League. I will walk the trophy to your house to get a second Champions League. I don't care. I do not care.
You've won 7 Premier League titles in 10 years.
The monkey that was on City's back when they finally won the Champions League was the greatest monkey to throw away.
Bro. Well, guess what? It's loading, my friend. The wheel is loading. We're gonna grab that too.
If I was in your position, just for the fact that you've never won it, Jake.
I hear that, but you want to know why? How long did it take Man City to win the Champions League, right? You got to this stage, and then you got to the quarterfinals, and then you got to the semifinal, and then you got to the final. And then you won it. We're 2 steps from that. We're already there. If you give me the league this season, we're not going away. We're not going away, man. Everybody's re-signing going This team is here to stay. And we are going to make a run at it this season. We're going to make a run at it this season. We're going to make a run at it next season. We're going to make a run at it the next season. And we're going to make a run at it the next season. So you're telling me in the next 4 years I'm not going to win a Champions League?
I will say that the same scenario you just put out there, City lived it.
I just did.
And then they specifically, the Champions League monkey got giant. And so while I hear what you're saying,
we have a bigger monkey back right now.
Yeah, I hear you, but let me finish. And so again, I get where you're coming from because I know you, so I understand what you're saying. But I just think, and I'm being 1,000% honest about this, and I get because yours is more connected to sentimentality. I think that the ego and the moxie that you'd walk around with if you won the Champions League instead of the league is next to nothing. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, and I don't know what he's talking about, chance, because I wasn't talking about chances. Somebody said that. I didn't say the chance was up from the question. I'm not saying the chance, and yeah, I get it because this is why. Well, I say it's a long season all the time, don't I? So I understand the blood, sweat, and tears part. So I don't really get that comment, but it's cool. And Arun out here still throwing daggers, man.
Arun's right. But I'm gonna be I cannot wait. Oh my God. I cannot wait because I believe that it's happening. If not this year, it'll be the next. If not next year, it'll be the next. But you know what else might happen? Give me the Premier League title this season, and I might win it the next year, and I might win it the next year. But if anything this season,
don't work like that, man.
If I don't win anything this season, this season,
I say nothing,
dude. The Premier League is the number one, always and forever. It's the number one. The Champions League is like a unicorn that if I catch it, I catch it, and I know I will. Like for example, my biggest argument when Chelsea fans try to tell me, oh, you're invincible doesn't mean as much as my 2 Champions Leagues. Well, here's my rebuttal to that. I'm going to win a Champions League well before any of you go invincible. Hands down, guaranteed. That is guaranteed. I will win a Champions League before any of you guys go undefeated.
I don't believe that, but I hear you.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
I don't believe that. But I hear you. I understand the sentiment because I always respect the invincible. I don't poop on that. Like I don't poop on that at all. I understand it. It was a specifically unique space and time.
See, that's my point though. The Champions League is coming. I 100% believe the Champions League is coming, and so I want the Premier League. Get the Premier League over the line, and then next season we'll evolve. We'll get better, and we'll win.
I understand what you're saying, but I think Pep said it before. Those Champions League tournaments are 7 games, man, of luck. That's luck. You don't have to be good to win it. We watched, and this is not a shot at Chelsea. We watched a mediocre Chelsea team win the Champions League, man.
Yeah,
We watched it.
Bayern team.
We watched that's luck. That don't have nothing to do with how good you are. It doesn't, man. And so you guys could literally be the best team in Europe for the next 5 years and never win a chance. I'm not wishing it on you, but I'm saying because we've watched the best teams not win. Because this tournament doesn't work like that. The Premier League is like Charles said, is the blood sweat. I agree with him 1,000%. But I just think it's a different thing, man. That's the reason why I would pick the Champions League, because there's what 20 Champions League winners or something like that. There's only a few. Like there's only a few of them, man. I get the sentimentality because it's something that you want. And you believe based on your mentality and your supporting of the team that you guys should have won one before now. And I don't knock that feeling. I don't knock it at all. And because, for example, like the Leicester year, Jesus, like everybody, like Leicester, right?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
That was my effing season. Do not get me started.
That was your season. That was.
That shit pisses me off so much, dude. That was my season.
First thing that popped in my head. You guys should have for sure won it that year.
That was my season. Because even Spurs, you want to talk about bottling? Spurs bottled second place. They gave us second place on the last day of the league. They had like a 9 point. They capitulated, man. We were really shit. We were way worse than we should have been. But we beat Leicester both times that season, home and away. We did the double over Leicester that season. We should have won that year. That should have been the one, and we would have halved this drought that we're in. But that's my point. The drought is just, dude, let's get the league over the line, and let's get the Carabao Cup over the line, man. Let's get something over the line. And we can.
Spurs Hate Fest comes on. Throw a Runes comment up there. Just throw it up there. Just throw it. That year, man, everybody was just dropping the ball that year, man.
We were all ass. Everybody was ass.
The ball.
But Arsenal should have won. We were the best of the rest. We were the best of the dross that season, and we should have won. We should not have let Leicester do that. I can't believe it. I still think about that sometimes. It's gross. But man, I definitely think that, and I'm starting to go from City don't look like they're going to have what it takes to come back into Arsenal don't look like we're dropping, man. Because anytime, even when we, I disagree wholeheartedly, Arun. I have a great record at Wembley. Arteta has beaten City himself at Wembley with a banger, a thunderbolt in a semifinal. Go look it up. It's glorious. I'm supremely confident we can beat City in that final. Do I think it's going to be a walkover? Is it going to be a walk? No, it's not going to be. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it's a tough game. It's a coin toss. So sometimes it'll be luck whoever wins that final, I think, personally, depending on some certain balls. Because it's always very tight games for City.
My opinion of that final is I don't have anything is... Oh, no, that's why I ain't saying nothing about the Wembley thing. I absolutely...
Hey, Arun. I got more FA Cups than anybody out there. So what are you talking about? Wembley record? My Wembley record is superb. Thank you.
But I'm pretty sure he's talking about this current iteration, man. I don't think he's going into history. I think he's talking about
History FC. He is History FC. We established that earlier.
But anyways, going to the Carabao Cup final, I don't have a prediction on it because, one, we're not in the week of it. Because here's the thing that really matters to me, is that injuries happen. We have, a month before that thing comes?
Yes.
And all I know is a lot of stuff can happen to players in that time. So it will be silly to predict anything right now. So I ain't poking no chest and anything out because, it is what it is because you have to wait for that stuff to come. This is funny. So it's so funny.
You're talking about trophies, etc., but like I say, I can't.
But I just want to think. I just want the man to think about how daft that sounds. So you think that now we watch now.
You're
I've
not
been
even the best team in
for a
Manchester.
while, so let's just go ahead and follow this logic, right?
Oh, it seems right.
Wait, what's that?
I said they're not even the best team in Manchester. Never mind, not even in the best team in their city. Never mind the rest of the UK. So
this comment here about City shutdown. Like I just need people to understand something, right? So when Manchester City had Mark Hughes, the ascension began. See, I'm a real fan, right? Like I understand. And then they started winning. We showed up, and then Roberto Mancini showed up. Nobody knew who he was, right? So all of a sudden, they acting like City has won nothing without Pep. Like, can we please stop that? Like, I just don't understand. Mancini left. We won the league. We won the FA Cup with him. And then all of a sudden,
Pellegrini sorry to interrupt you, but I need to reply to this.
Go ahead.
Best team in Manchester, okay. Delulu. Okay, so
I told you that you can't let them win no games.
You can't let them win, man.
You can't let them win nothing.
Manchester United for how many years? You're not even on top of them at the moment. So how can you even say you're the best team in Manchester is Manchester City?
They beat us, man. They beat us. Now we're not going to talk about the other results.
Manchester United are the greatest team that's ever teamed ever
in life.
Ever. You might beat them in the derby, but
the greatest central midfield pairing that's ever paired, ever.
Greatest striker, greatest defender.
Arun. Hey, what do we say?
Yes,
History FC. History FC, baby.
This is why Liverpool have won more trophies than you guys. If you want to talk about
Technically, Steve's got the history.
Bro.
He does.
Yeah.
Liverpool have won more trophies than Manchester United. Simple.
Period.
So if you want to talk about history, we can talk about history as well. We can bring it up.
See, but here's the thing. That this point is confusing because that means he's assuming there was no project. One, Pep Guardiola wasn't available at that time because the people who were in Barcelona that were brought in came when Pellegrini came. And then Pep was at Bayern. So let's go ahead and be smart. You can't pull a guy from a team that is under contract. Pep literally finished his contract out, did not re-sign a contract the whole year before. He took a whole year,
Yeah.
And Pellegrini's last year, everyone knew he was coming. So let's not pretend like we don't understand. See, the difference is in this is proving the point about City going to the dark ages because I'm trying to find them because once this owner owned this team, it wasn't no dark ages. And they always have management and leadership that has a plan because who did Arsenal and Chelsea and all them see the plan when he took over in 2008 and did what he did to this point? No. So, we need to stop with the dark ages thing because clearly this person who owns the team is saying, hey, I'm going to hire the best football people and tell me who got better football than what City's done in the last few. So stop it, man. You think all of a sudden they don't know how to hire people? They don't know how to manage. So they don't know how to pick people. So that means Ryan Shirky gonna forget how to play football. That means Erling Haaland gonna forget how to play football. Is this what's gonna happen? What are you talking about? Like what are we saying? Like, come on, man.
They're definitely even when Pep does go, I expect there to be maybe a bit of a there's going to be a bit of a drop off because you can't go from arguably the greatest ever to whatever's next. You might not ever get that high.
But even then, we're looking at this season and last season. We're not the greatest ever right now. So what are we talking about?
Is pretty. Yeah, they still have quite a few years left in them. So.
That's my point. The drop off, it won't be that big of a drop off because you might get like Maresca or Nagelsmann or somebody of that ilk, and that's not that huge of a drop off.
And in addition to that,
attract the biggest managers.
But then let's go to a couple of things where people clearly who have punditry and are haters, so hate is in their spirit. Remember when Pep came, what did they say about him? Well, you can't play that kind of football here. We remember that. They was loud about that, right? And then what? And then City finished in third that year. And then what happened after that? The tears. We can just drink them all, right? And then they brought a guy. Well, look at this flop. De Bruyne, he was a flop at so-and-so.
Yeah,
So,
De Bruyne was horrible, man. De Bruyne was absolutely awful.
Look at the $60 million flop, right? Like,
Just
because,
the worst, the absolute worst.
I don't know. When can we go
Like,
back
see,
to
this is just hate.
the other comment?
We're just gonna let the hate be there. I ain't answering that no
What
more,
City
man.
did is appreciated, but still not bigger. I never said bigger. I said better.
Yeah. But hey, the thing about this is, Arun, is, homie, I need to win some titles. He's on my ass. I need to win some titles. Talking about in England, biggest clubs in England. So
I don't consider City to be bigger than United or Liverpool or Arsenal or Chelsea. Like, I'm realistic about that. Well, first of all, you got 2 London clubs, so you got London, and then you got Liverpool, which is probably one of the biggest teams in the entire world, and you have Man United, which is one of the most valuable teams in the world. I'm not crazy.
For me, when you talk about bigger, I think the biggest contribution to that conversation is trophy hauls. So you are number 4 in as far as titles, as far as Premier League, as far as top flight titles. You have 10 of those, and you're 4th. And that's what I'm saying. Man, I only got 13. I got to win.
Well, but people don't respect it because look, he's like, only not about success. We've literally covered the money thing. Can we stop it?
Texas, we all buy success. Go look up Herb Chapman.
Like, come on, man.
Like, Chapman in the 30s. We
that's
called the Bank of the England Club.
But that's hate in your heart. How can I be here as a City fan and understand that United is bigger than City? I can globally, no question. How can I own that Chelsea? If you go, Jake, you've been to Charlotte. When Chelsea played there, whole stadium was Chelsea fans. I understand what it is. I'm not going to pretend, but am I happy with my team? I'm not here to compete for stuff like that. I don't care about clicks. I care about winning. And my team has been winning. Did they have a bad season last year? Yeah. Are they kind of mediocre, in my opinion, this year? Yeah. But you don't hear me touting or anything. Like, think about it. If this was me 3 years ago with that team and we was about to go in the Carabao Cup final, I wouldn't have said nothing about injuries. I'm not saying nothing about injuries.
Yeah.
But I'm saying now, because I'm humble enough and aware enough that, you know what? The playing field is leveling. And if the playing field is leveling, that means that how could City fall off out the blue? So you're saying that City can't even be where they are right now? Is that what we're attempting to say? Because that is absolutely ludicrous. And that's literally having hate in your eyes. Because there's no way.
You won't do this, though. You won't go on like you have in the last 10 years. You're not going to win 8 titles. You're not going to win 7 titles.
Here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. Well, I'll say this, right? What's that? Say it again.
I said every team has its cycles.
That's literally what I was about to say. So I was about to say, first of all,
Man City are going through days.
But I'll say this: no one saw what City did coming, right? No one, and anybody who says that is a liar. No one saw it coming. So how do I not know it's possible again? I live in a world where I speak things into life. So there's no way I'm going to say City's not going to be good in the next 10 years, because the thing about it is, because again, the haters are the haters, right? You remember when Pep Guardiola took over Barcelona and then they said, oh, well, he had a ready-made team and everybody knew how to win and that treble was just given to him, even though he literally had to make the team win because nobody knew who Messi was. So are you attempting to say to me, just like Arteta has been a phenomenal manager, you're saying that there's no way that whoever the next manager up is not going to be that next
I would have to disagree
guy? Is that what we're saying? So we're assuming that the next guy up is not good.
Then it would be Man United because of the fact our trophy haul. You're talking about.
Yeah, I agree with that, Steve.
European trophies. You're talking about Premier Leagues.
I think Liverpool are definitely the most successful, and I think it all depends on how you define it. But I also agree with you and what you were saying, Lewis. That it's like
you don't know the next guy.
It's just not going to be it's not going to be a huge drop off. But I do think there will be a drop off. But I also know from our and Arun, United. We'll see with United. But I do know from our conversations, that you are also never going to rule out the fact that maybe somebody, there might be another GOAT. Like, is it impossible that somebody will surpass both Alex and Sir Alex and Pep at some point in the future.
Nobody saw Pep coming, right?
And anything's possible, I guess.
But what's this Premier League? You only got 2. I don't understand.
No. I'm talking about first division. I'm talking about everything. Premier League, first division was first, then it got changed to Premier League.
Yeah, like why
it's still the same thing.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing about this one. Here's my thing about this one. Why is Liverpool's title last season, which is technically history, any different than my title in 2004, which is technically history? Any different than Bill Shankly winning in the 80s? Or any different than Herb Chapman winning in the 30s? You still won the league. You were the best team in England that season. And so this whole starting counts from when I was born, starting counts from 30 years ago is like, really? So you can't say we're going to be History FC and I'm the biggest club in England because I have all these trophies, but then turn around and say Asif only has 2 Premier Leagues. Because then you're cutting down your own trophy count.
And Charles, when you mentioned that, yeah, I'm not saying that their supporter base might be bigger, but I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about history. I'm talking about how many trophies we've won. So yeah, I get your point. But
yeah, I agree with that.
I'm just saying from that point, yes, I do understand you. But from our point, when it comes to the actual trophies, etc., we are the bigger club.
Well, I agree with Charles on the point about again, but this is the point I was talking about, the popularity thing, where he says outside, I think Liverpool is a giant club, but if I walked in the street right now, what am I more likely to see? A Liverpool jersey or a Man United jersey? I'm gonna see a Man United one. That's easy, right? I don't question that, but this is why I don't live in that fake reality of when people say, hey, well, your club. I'm not trying to be bigger than you. I'm trying to enjoy my team. And my team is in a great place right now. There's some hiccups going on right now, but I appreciate that I've been mentally and physically alive to understand and see what's happening, right? I remember watching my team win the Champions League final. I remember watching my team get 100 points. I remember watching my team win 4 in a row, right? And that's not enough, right? So I'm not History FC, so I'm not going backwards. I'm not leaning on those to be like, oh, well, that's enough aura to win these next ones. That don't exist for me. And so this thing about the buying success, I'm not going to address this anymore because we're really so I just want to take a second. The millionaires and billionaires that existed in previous generations, so they didn't do nothing dirty. They didn't do nothing dirty, right? Because none of those people in the past did nothing dirty to buy those clubs to do whatever they did, right? Because, if we're going to go history, so we're talking about people who went to other nations and colonized the nations and robbed what they had in their countries, and then they became millionaires in places, and then they cleaned their money by buying football clubs. Stop it. Get out of my face with that, man. What are we talking about? And especially in England, because the owners of those teams are British owners, so you think that those Dutch East India countries, companies that was going to India and to the Africas and all that stuff wasn't stealing stuff and not killing people and not doing dirty stuff? Stop it. Move that out of here, man. We talking about football right now. No billionaire is clean. Stop thinking yours is clean. Stop it.
And what's really, and at the end of the day, if you look at the actual governing body of this game, they're the worst ones. So the people that represent our game to the world might be the most corrupt, disgusting organization that's ever existed as far as sports washing and politics and money behind the scenes and dirty stuff going on.
I'm sure you saw it when they had the Club World Cup in your country, and he gave.
We was there.
He gave him a trophy. He gave him a trophy, the Club World Cup trophy. He gave Trump the actual.
That was so great, dude. That was so great,
dude. What we're about to see when it comes to the World Cup this year is, it's literally going to be super duper dirty.
But who owns this? Texas, who owns that state? Who owns that state, right? It's people. It's individuals. It's a group of powerful individuals that just happen to be in a royal line. And that those people who how did they establish that royal line? How are states established? By groups of people with power. And so this comparison, this difference is It's semantics, really. It's semantics.
Well, I literally used the crown of England. Like right there. Why are we going past that?
Yeah. 13 league titles, as simple as that for AFC, whether championship became Premier. Yeah, see, I agree 100%. Yeah. Are we going to discount Real Madrid for having 15 Champions League because one of them was in the first 5 that was ever held?
They don't discount them. They count them.
And Arun, dude, you're right. No, Reece James. Go back and look at Reece James. It was the funniest thing. If you guys think that it's not about to be the same farcical craziness in the summer,
bro, it's about to be crazy.
Then you need to go watch the Bad Bunny halftime show of the Super Bowl.
It's about to be crazy.
I've seen the reactions for that. That was just, I know, going off topic, but some of them.
It's crazy, man. We're doing some really crazy stuff here in America, and you bet your ass that Trump's going to be involved. Infantino and Trump are like this, so he's going to be involved in the summer, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic.
All I know is I will not be surprised if Messi is in the World Cup final again. I will be absolutely disgusted by it and also unsurprised.
I think.
Well, definitely. I think it'll be a Portugal, like you mentioned, Portugal.
In the quarterfinal, it'll be Portugal and Argentina in the quarterfinal. That's happening. That is happening.
That's a bet. Sure. I'm betting that one too. Portugal will play Argentina in the World Cup.
That's happening. That's definitely happening.
It will be the high. Like you thought they was crying about Super Bowl numbers, but who? Stop it! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! No.
Hey, if we're sitting here talking about clubs doing dirty things and corruption and
have to happen for this to happen. Do you know how much shit would have to happen?
Hey, I'm shameless. If you think, yo, hold the phone. If you think the internet would explode if Arsenal won the Premier League or the Champions League, if America won a World Cup, bro.
If USA
won a World Cup, the big dick that Trump would be swinging around everybody would be insane.
You'd have to dedicate it.
Hey, man, I don't hate nobody, man. I hear you, man.
Oh, God. No, I agree with this. This is a whole other conversation that I heard today. Declan Rice might be up for Ballon d'Or.
And I'm not. Again, this is where I can be. What are we doing, man?
America.
Hey.
No,
America.
No. No.
I agree with Charles with that one.
No.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But yeah, Declan might be in for Ballon d'Or.
No, I've been hearing that, and I'm not knocking it.
See, there's a lot of this too. Like people are gonna turn it off because they don't like Trump. That's also happening. There's all kinds of stuff going down, man.
Infantino.
I hear you.
Infantino's gonna be drugged.
I hear you. Here's my issue. Here's my issue where people said they don't like the dictators. For the Club World Cup, people said they weren't gonna watch that. And people for the World Cup in, was it Saudi? Where was it in last? Where was it? It was in Saudi.
It was in Qatar last.
People said they weren't going to watch it because of all the human rights violations that was going on there, and people still watched it. It's football. If your team is playing, you watch it.
Yeah.
I hate. We are sheep in that way.
Yeah.
But I hate to be.
I understand that.
I include myself too. We are sheep that way.
I was reading that a lot of tickets have gone and not being bought up because of the fact that a lot of people are staying away.
It was the Qatar World Cup was amazing.
Actually,
I'm talking about the one in America.
Yeah. No, I've heard that too, Asif. But if you actually go back to the very beginning of this channel, we started on September 13th of 2022, before the tournament, and we did some World Cup shows. Nez, you remember with my buddy Brian? We did some
the teams. Yeah, you did the teams and stuff.
Yeah, we did some World Cup stuff, and we all mentioned we had that conversation about the fact that stuff was going on and about how they were building the stadiums and people were dying.
Yeah.
And we all sat there and came to that realization. but yeah, we're still gonna watch it,
man.
and we still did. I actually, honestly, in my lifetime,
like France '98. I think that was.
I loved France '98. I was very young, but in my lifetime, I'm actually sad to say that my favorite World Cup, USA was not in. 2018 in Russia was legit.
Is that the one Germany won? Is that the one Germany won? And they beat Argentina in the final? Was that? I'm trying to remember if that's the right one. Is that right?
No, France. That was Mbappe's first.
Oh yeah, no, that was good. That was a good one.
All of a tournament, man. And I was like for example, I will never, ever, 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 ever forget till the day I die, the night we went out to Trinidad and Tobago, a 60-yard bomb that Tim Howard let in, and we went out of the World Cup qualification. I had to leave the bar because I was cussing at the top of my lungs because I knew we were out of the cup. And that tournament the next summer was still my favorite World Cup that I in my lifetime.
I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember that, but it was Italy 1990 as well. That was great.
I wasn't alive.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, talking about the fans make the World Cup. The funny thing is there was a lot of people complaining about there was no alcohol for there, and that would affect the fans. I agree, but I'm telling you, man, football is so global, and the way football works, it's so sort of tribalistic that people can't wait to just connect and wear their shirts, right? And so I just think, I as much as, like, for example, Matt, is it Matt or the Texas guy? I agree, right? That, you know, that the world, what they did, and I agree with it, is the entire sentiment there. I agree with the entire thing. I mean, I watched it, but it's sad because we live in an era in history where our memories are this long, and because we hear about atrocities all the time, we've been deadened to it. So we feel it in the moment, and unless they put that in front of our faces all the time, we're coming home to it. We're not going to feel it, man. We see people dying all the time. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, video games have desensitized you. But they have desensitized us. We see death all the time. We see violence all the time. And so we find a way. And then the thing is, and it's to his point, because, again, I don't condone what was going on with Abu Dhabi and all those things. So just to make sure that's clear. But the thing is, but then at the end of the day, because we love the team and the sport, and the teams belong to the supporters. And supporters will stand on that we give the owners a pass when we shouldn't. And I know, I'm not giving anyone a pass, but I'm recognizing the humanness of that, where we give them a pass because we're like, we own the team. And I wish football and sport in general went back to the most natural thing where, hey, they did what they needed to do. The players could, that we had the players we wanted, they could play, and we're not worried about what the owners are doing, right? But those days are gone, man. And as much as I wish that we could have the integrity of the sport in it that we thought existed, even though it probably never existed, is we got to be real about it. And can we address the things that are happening, and let's try to support to stop those atrocities while still enjoying the thing that unites us in sort of the most friendly yet competitive way. And it's hard, man, but it's real. And he shouldn't be desensitized. You should not be desensitized to human suffering, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like the desensitization is there, and we got to own that. And so think about it. We just talked about a guy getting injured in the game, and you guys wished him the best. How many times have we watched a game where we watched a guy get injured and people was cheering for it? People have that in their spirit, and we have to understand that. Like I'm a City supporter, right? I remember City being bad. I mean, I was little, but they was bad. And I know the history, and I know they got relegated, and I accept all of that part. When people make fun, I'm not ever going to deny that it exists. But here's the thing. If that's the team that makes me happy, I'm not going to knock somebody for supporting their team. Jake is an Arsenal fan. I'm cool with that. You know, and Jake is a humble Arsenal fan because for the last 3 years as we've been doing this, neck and neck, me and him. Not once have I ever gloated to him because I value who he is over what the team is, right? So do I feel good too? Yes. But do I mean, yes. But Jake has won plenty of times against City, right? You guys have won, what, 2 community shields? And I mean, people are like, oh, that don't matter. The
I think you won last year. It was great.
Yeah, the games matter.
It's fantastic.
I understand your sentiment. There's just like sometimes though, just to keep it lighthearted, sometimes it is funny when you see something physical like that Cucurella move when he went flying the other day.
As long as he's fine.
That was so great. That was so great. He's fine. He's fine. It was amazing.
I mean, like real injuries, man. Nobody wants to see that.
Of course not. Yeah, of course not. Yes, Charles, we want to see Italy back in the World Cup as well. Absolutely. For sure.
They got to win their playoff, right? Is that right?
Got to win the playoff. Absolutely do. Built the Taj Mahal, a lot of hands. Where Carter the Workers, still people can visit, is in Wonders of the World. Yeah, I mean, sometimes in life,
yeah,
there's just some things.
Sean Dyche just been sacked.
Sean Dyche sacked. Yep. I mean, in my watch along, I think it was either Texas or Arun that said that he was in trouble because Marinakis was at the game. It was one of you two guys. Thanks for being here every time, of course. Charles says, yeah, sure. SoFi Architects in North London, wholesale changes for summer expansion, not a rebuild. Yeah, I mean, that just goes right back to money, and they're going to charge huge for extra seats and all this.
What's the Arsenal supporters' biggest complaint about them that has been the ticket prices, man.
Expensive tickets.
Right, but again, they don't need. Are the Cronkies broke? No. So no. I mean, no. What? That's crazy.
How'd the LA Rams do this season? Yeah, the Cronkies are good.
They're perfectly.
The Cronkies are fine. What is Pep doing right now on stage on Catalunya? Yeah, see, that's a different thing. Man City fans better to overlook it because one, not part of Discourse. Two, Man City.
No, I got to take on that, but I won't go deep into that one. Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
That's a whole.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is
just
Pep
opening Pandora's box.
Because Pep protested what he protested, right? He has every right to do that. He's been a protester. His whole career, he's been a protester. So to pretend like he doesn't take up a cause,
you've got to look at his background. He's lived in Catalonia, which is obviously
where he's from. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously he is more empathetic to the people's causes. So you have to look at it from that point as well.
Exactly.
So it is what it is. Don't get too much into it.
No, and I don't, because the thing about it is that he's allowed to have his politics, and so the things that he's protesting against in the Middle East may directly deal with the person who employs him, and he's protesting it, right? And so when I think it was somebody on TalkSport was on there talking about Pep shouldn't have answered the question. Pep shouldn't have said nothing about it, and then the other guy was like, somebody asked him the question. He didn't willingly just start talking about it. And then they asked him, and then because they already know he believes in the cause, he answered the cause, right? I mean,
that's exactly what happened
to. It is, man. These guys are allowed to do what they want to do in their free time. And unless somebody brings it to him, he doesn't bring it up on his own.
No,
and he's allowed to.
Something similar happened to BBC presenter Gary Lineker. I don't know if you heard. When he brought politics into it, he got a lot more stick, and now he's basically gone now. So. More or less. So.
Honestly, for me, I think that managers and players are still human. They still have their beliefs. They still have, the way they think about things. And on top of that, they're also they're still from wherever they're from. Their parents are still from wherever they're from, and they still have their heritage and their, their people, so to speak, and so they're going to have certain beliefs. That doesn't change because you're a manager. But at the same time, I also believe that, like you say, he didn't bring it up. So that's fine for me. If you get asked about it, obviously answer the question. But I think that you want to draw a line, and you just kind of want to keep them. Just want to keep them separate.
I believe in First Amendment, so
and Arun, man, I got to tell you, I absolutely love your appetite for banter. I absolutely love it.
What do you say? Hold on.
So the record he's talking about is since Spurs in 2019 moved into their new stadium, they have only lost 4 less games than Arsenal have lost since we moved to the Emirates 19 years ago, or 20 years ago now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Spurs are shit. That's all he's saying.
But we know that. Okay.
Pep Guardiola, I saw a few minutes of Kusanov in the right back position. Okay. Kyle Walker in his.
Have I not said that? I literally said that's what it is. I've said that. I'm like, he has pace, and Kyle Walker didn't offer anything going forward on the attack. And Kusanov literally has pace back and forth. He's a wrecking ball. You're not going to run past him, and he'll make sure it lock it down, which is why when Kyle Walker shifted and City did the inversion thing, and Kyle Walker played as a part of the back three, it was fine because Stones could go over. Kusanov is the same player. And this is what Kusanov's first full season because he came in January of last year. But this is his second year in the team. And as he's learning English, he's going to figure that out. And he's literally, if he's not the captain, he's starting for his national team. He'll be in the World Cup. He'll get a lot more exposure and he'll figure it out. And he'll be a versatile player.
Wait, who's going to be in the World Cup?
Uzbekistan.
No, they're not.
Are they not? Are they in the playoffs, right?
Uzbekistan?
I think so. Hold on,
no way.
I think so, man. As soon as I spell Uz, there it is. Couldn't spell for a second. Yeah, they're in the World Cup, dude. They play Colombia. What you talking about? I knew what I was talking about.
They're
in the World Cup. Come on, man. It's me.
Portugal's group. All right.
Yeah, they play Colombia, Portugal, and whoever the playoff person is. Yeah, man. I remember them making the World Cup. Don't you hate on Kusanov? He led his team to the World Cup, sir. That's where it is. But yeah,
I don't condone. And Charles, just looking at your comment, I don't condone that kind of behavior. So that is what it is. So, and yeah, that they shouldn't have done that kind of stuff. So.
What bridesmaid poster? What are you talking about? I don't know nothing about this. What did he do? What did he do on that? I don't know what that is.
It was just something I read about it previously. About you'll see in Charles's.
Well, but he said the LFC fans did it to Mikel Arteta with the bridesmaid poster after he went to trip. Oh, I don't know what that is. I have no idea.
I heard of.
I don't know,
but it was just.
I don't know what it is at all. I have no idea.
It was just yeah. You get idiots everywhere, so I'm not going to defend any of that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
And yeah, I think there's always something. There's always a conversation about separating who players and managers are off the pitch and away from the game. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you know about this thing with the Arteta thing that you see Charles's comment, Jake? I don't really. I wasn't familiar with that.
His name post after he went to tribute Hillsborough victims was down with it. I actually am not. I'm not sure what he's referring to here.
I didn't know what that is.
To be honest with you,
did they put him in a dress or something? See, now I gotta go.
Yeah,
no, they didn't put him in a dress. They made a post of like.
They put him in a dress.
No, not literally put him in a dress, but yeah.
No, I mean
picture. They put him in a dress.
Yeah, put in a picture.
Man, like. Arteta's got tough skins.
Yeah,
I gotta see it, man.
Nez is Googling right now. Tough skin, man.
Yeah.
Bro, why they do that to that man?
It's banter, man. It's
all right, now I gotta see it. Now I gotta see it too. All right,
we get in the place where
that's cool,
that's
man.
What I'm saying.
That's cool.
Oh my God! Really? Are we really upset about that? Are we really upset about that?
No, it's
Charles.
It was banter. It wasn't the right place to do it, but
why? What's the uproar over what would be the uproar over this? What would be the uproar over that?
I don't know, man.
That's funny. That's actually kind of funny. Like I mean, if you're a supporters club, if you're supporters,
well, that was last year, right? That wasn't this year, right?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
It was 2025, May 12th, 2025. Yeah, it was last year, man.
Okay.
Well, I mean, low key, if we're talking, I don't know what the table was at the time last year, but Liverpool.
I do exactly what the flipping table was. That was probably the week that you played Fulham, and Fulham were flying kites in the damn freaking training before the game. It's probably what that was because everybody let down for you at the end of that season.
No, last year. Liverpool won.
I thought he was talking about. Yeah, you got me. You got me thinking about something different.
Last year, man, we ain't had nothing to do with last year.
I was seeing flashbacks.
I see. I didn't have nothing to do with
Saying like, all right, what's going on? No. Yeah, but this is whatever, man. Whatever. If we put up a bald fraud poster at the next Liverpool game, I mean, and we start talking about Arne Slot's big, bald, shiny head, like, who cares? I don't think it's that big of a deal. Away trip before the game, Arteta did, and inside the stadium, what the fans did. I mean, I'm sure we've done some things in our day. You know, I'm sure. I don't know. Obviously, Charles. See, I would love to go to the stadium and be in the crowd,
Charles,
but I'm not a match going fan. I'm not able to do that. You know,
this was at
Charles,
Anfield.
you're from the UK, because if you're from the UK, you understand Scousers do this kind of stuff all the time.
Yes,
sure.
They
Fair enough. Arun thinks it's funny. I'm sure Arun thinks that's absolutely hysterical. You know, but at the end of the day, man. You know, the pressure is what it is, you know, and the record is what it is, you know, and if you can't handle the pressure and if you can't handle being talked shit about when you lose and when you don't do good, we're in the wrong place, man. You know what I mean?
That's the fun.
That's half the fun of it. That's half the fun of it. What do you think Arun's here for?
Yeah,
He's been ragging on all of us all day. It's great. We love it.
While his skid marks are still, they still look crispy, right?
Arun. All right, yeah, we'll give you a chance. He was talking.
No, he's talking about the cricket.
India's playing Pakistan in cricket.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
that sounds like a big one.
It's a World Cup final, right?
Yeah, World Cup final cricket.
Wow.
That's what he's talking about. But that's a very delicate issue.
Is it?
Oh. Yeah, I have no clue about cricket. That's one sport I have not followed at all ever.
Would anybody from India root for Pakistan?
Well, India's playing against Pakistan.
Yeah, they're playing against.
I thought you said England.
No. India is playing versus Pakistan.
That's pretty freaking seismic. Like literally on a global geopolitical everything. That's giant.
The most watched sporting event on Sunday.
Yes. I'm going to agree.
Sure, because it's the FA Cup the week. Yeah, Nah,
man. Dude, you know how many people live there? It'll be the most watched game in the world.
That makes total sense. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to throw a prediction out there, man.
I got no predictions, Aaron.
Come on, man. You got to throw it out there. Nah, man.
Give him one. Now you got to give him one.
Well, because that would get me into a lot of trouble because I live in the UK. So no.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, fair enough.
Charles says it's downright disrespect. Hey, you're obviously welcome to your opinion. You obviously.
But I'm curious if you type it in the chat. What's disrespectful about it? I just want to know because I don't really get what was going on. Maybe it's some context that I'm missing, but let me know what the disrespect is. He's talking about the Hillsborough. I don't want to knock
the Hillsborough thing because the Hillsborough was a.
Oh, that's what he said. Because Arteta was doing the thing.
Okay, yeah, and contextually, yes. That is disrespectful.
Okay, now we get what you're saying. Now I get it. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I agree with that.
All right, fair enough.
The context, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what he was saying as well. Yeah, the NFL got dunked on Sunday, bro. The NFL got dunked on for the Super Bowl because y'all's game against each other was 3x the Super Bowl.
I have to make that.
Yes,
I love Bad Buddy, so I just.
Hey, whatever you feel about that, I'm just saying that they got about 250 million viewers or 100 and whatever it was, and Liverpool City got like 750.
Yes.
So it
was a good game. We got to add that because the Super Bowl sucked.
Says Charles, moving like King Charles. Hey, man, you got to stand up for what you believe in every time. Definitely got to stand up for what you believe in, man. And
contextually, I understand why he would feel that.
Yeah,
but contextually, I understand what he means. Like he's coming there, he's supporting something that's a Liverpool cause, and then the response to that is, "Oh, you're gonna make fun of me and put me in drag." Hey, man, you all can kick rocks. I won't come back here and ever support these things, even though to be the bigger man is to be like, you know what, I don't care that the fans have no sense of decorum. I'm still gonna respect the people that lost their lives due to a tragic thing, and you just kind of got to move on. But you can understand it's disrespect. That's when you go in there and you say, I can't wait to kick them in their teeth, and you just gotta go from there. That's where I go. I don't know, but I understand where Charles is coming from. I totally understand.
Yeah, no, I understand. So
No, yeah, like I say, you absolutely. You know, if you say you believe in something, but you're not willing to stand on it, stand up for it, then is it really something you believe in? Yeah. Hey, stay humble. All y'all stay humble. I'm still top. Yeah.
Charles, that doesn't just because one section of fans do that doesn't mean we're
Yeah.
not like that. So
Well,
No, that's another thing.
Arun seems like a logical person. Arun seems like a logical Man United fan, but we have seen
not all of them are like that.
Illogical Man United fans. Jake is a logical Arsenal fan. Jake
Sometimes.
and I know we've met. No, but come on, we've met some. We like, hey man, what's wrong with these people, man?
Yeah,
like what they
that's
doing?
fair.
I know City fans that are goofballs. Like, what are you doing? Like, please don't be that. Liverpool fans, I know tons of Liverpool fans that ain't worth shit. So I'm just saying, man, that there's. I was gonna say outlier, but they might not be the outliers. Maybe we're the outliers. But either way, this is why we represent. You know what I'm saying? This is what we represent. Yeah, Arun, I love picking at you, man. You come with it. You keep us sharp. Charles, you too, man. We're going to give you love.
Absolutely.
To us, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Love for the love, of course. And I think...
Tell your friends to come in.
Hey,
Tell your friends to bring their logic, too. We ready to chop it up with all of them. Like, comment, and subscribe.
We're very, very grateful everybody's here. And with that, I think we've hit the 2-hour mark. I think it makes sense. It's 1 a.m. there for Asif. So I definitely think it makes sense to end it right there. Fantastic. Cup draw still triggering Arun for sure as we're signing off here. Go ahead and smash up the likes on your way out. We certainly appreciate you being here. Hype it up, of course, if you got any of those left. Make sure you got that notification bell on so you know all the watch-alongs, all the previews.
Arun still staying up because it's like 6 o'clock in
for
India.
Sure, Arun. Hey, you let the cobwebs from them old trophies
appreciate it.
Yeah. Shout out Arun, of course, every time. Absolutely. And also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Of course, it would be our honor to welcome you to the Cup Chasers, to the community. People like Arun, man. Massive
massive
and Charles and Texas and all you guys, massive help to the channel for you guys being here every time. We certainly 100% believe it. Okay. Yeah.
See if you know what that means. I don't know.
What you brought, I have no clue what that is. But on that note, you guys, thanks again. You'll see us next time.